regression in Sirius. Okay, come on. After using up all their planetary resource fields, the Rama research branch succeeds against all odds in keeping their society alive without turning to violence. Finally, something good happens. They abandon their exploration vehicles and colonial laboratories and start living in small, self-contained communities. But how many Rama can survive this way? There's only one good thing about a small town. There's only one good use for a small town. There's only one good thing about a small town. You know that you want to get out. Lou Reed, American musician. Yikes. Okay, so we are again 2 points away from the best option here. So minimal regression we cannot do. So this one we're going to lose people, we're going to lose technology, we're going to gain potential casualties, but we'll get the resources back, and I think that's what we're going to go for. The Rama have survived, but only just. Many of the newly formed communities shrink over time and eventually completely vanish. The Rama research branch manages to live without planetary resource fields for now, but it is unclear what the future will bring. Oh boy, so they managed to get the resource fields back, and they've now got over 2,000 years, nearly 3,000 years of time that they have to survive. But we're back at the beginning of the solar age, which, you know, I kind of expected. Does our home in the Tau Ceti system still exist? Let's take a hit to the casualties. A powerful new exploration vehicle is formed in the Sirius system. Interesting. The Rama colonists establish a new scientific faction. Question mark. Let's see here. It looks like the resources are going down or up. I can't tell. On behalf of the Rama habitat colony, a powerful exploration vehicle defeats an army of colonial soldiers. Interesting. Let's see here. Let's take a hit to the potential casualties again to gain some synthesis. The Sirius system colonists manufacture new impulse rifles to equip the colonial soldiers of the Rama habitat colony. Question mark. Ooh, the resources just jumped up. A freak accident in the Sirius system destroys an entire corporate base. Yikes. Alright. Hey, they're just screaming through this. They're in the industrial age now. The cars start to study electricity, steam power, and machine manufacturing in the industrial age. Wonderful. Okay. Think we're probably going to go for wisdom. I think that seems good. We don't have to spend anything for it, so why not? The age sees an explosion in the car potential for telecommunication via radio waves. Mass-produced goods, including new medicines, could improve the lives of many. Wonderful. Alright, how are the Scholar Dominions doing? Knowledge in Tau Ceti. Genius cloning. Interesting. In hopes of making their society even smarter, the Rama replicate the DNA of extraordinary scientists and create clones of these brilliant individuals. What could go wrong, honestly? It takes a stupid person to be smart in a stupid world. Alright. So let's see here. Go for the civilization pillar? I think probably. The genius clones do exceptional work and are replicated in huge numbers after a generation. Society is overrun with intelligence. Let's see if we can get ourselves to the next stage here. On Tau Ceti 3, the new ideas of brilliant genius clones are circulated widely among the Rama. We need to get them to singularity here. Let's increase their utopia. The Rama form new media to illustrate the history of their civilization. How are the Scholar Dominions doing now? They've reached the Lightspeed Age. Racing into the Lightspeed Age, interstellar journeys are shortened from centuries to mere decades. Let's see here. Alright. So we don't have enough for wisdom, but I think we can go ahead and take advancement and just go with that. They achieve true mastery of space travel, and colonial development crosses major hurdles. The civilization also makes leaps in genetic modification. Excellent. Alright. Alright, Lightspeed H technology gives the Rama the ability to harvest resources from gas giants in the Tau Ceti system? Question mark. In the Tau Ceti system, a novel class of magnetic rifles is manufactured by the Rama. After the life of a scientific mastermind of the Rama ended, the scholar commonwealth of the Tau Ceti system started cloning an entire generation based on the genes of the deceased genius. Advanced civilization. How trite. Alright, Taurian nations. How are they doing? Great. Great war threatens Tabby's star. Diplomatic and military escalations between powerful factions on Tabby Prime erupt into total war as allies from all over the planet become entangled in the struggle. The heavily industrialized war spans multiple continents with battles fought in many theaters on land and sea. I think a curse should rest on me, because I love this war. I know it's smashing and shattering the lives of thousands every moment, and yet I can't help it. I enjoy every second of it. Winston Churchill. Interesting. I never heard that quote by him before. Okay. Sue for peace. We have enough. We could do regular conflict, which just takes a little bit of a hit across the board. Great. The usage of poison gases during this war will wipe out the entire Taurian population. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we can't take that hit, so I'm glad we can go for peace here. Fearing that the entire planet will be drawn into bloodshed and misery, the feuding Taurian cult leaders meet and agree to a worldwide peace treaty. Excellent. Let's focus on you guys so that we don't, lose you too. They give access to fossil fuels and mineral deposits. Oh, I should probably not have hit that, but it's okay. On behalf of the Taurian nations, a powerful tank battalion defeats an army of fanatic soldiers. Let's go ahead and increase the amount of them. The Taurians establish a new industrial area. Let's go ahead and take our hit to resources. A large land region on Tabby Prime is polluted by industrial waste. Question mark. Resources are going down. A colonial scientist manipulates data on the Tabby star system. A once powerful nation falls on Tabby Prime. Alright, how's the habitat colony going? Paradigm shift. Could be a good thing. Corporate independence. Far away from Tau Ceti 3, the colonists of the Sirius system do not see themselves as a research branch of the Rama anymore. They will form a new civilization based on their own principles and values. So this is like what we were talking about with America there. We're no longer part of you. We're going to make our own society. If you took the most ardent revolutionary, vested him in absolute power, within a year he would be worse than the Tsar himself. Interesting. Power corrupts absolutely, right? Okay, so we don't have enough for cultural ascent, but we could take cultural expansion. Oh, they would be calling themselves Taurians. That's weird. Oh, is that where Taurian comes from? Oh my gosh, I feel like such a moron. It's Taurians. Taurians is really what they're called. Oh, that's so funny. I think we're going to go for cultural expansion. In the spirit of the original personnel who came to Sirius with the corporate fleet, it is among the colonists, or the spirit of the original personnel who came to Sirius with the corporate fleet is strong among the colonists. Okay, there we go. Their mission to explore and populate the galaxy is fundamental to the new Rama, who call themselves Mega Travelers. Cool. Dogstar is home of the Mega Traveler scientific factions. Does our home in the Tau Ceti system still exist? A once powerful scientific faction falls on Dogstar. That's no good. Let's go ahead and increase Utopia. The Traveler colonists develop new diagrams for their buildings and tools. Let's take a hit to the casualties. On behalf of the Megastar Traveler scientific factions, a powerful exploration vehicle defeats an army of colonial settlers. Hey, a new technological age for the car. They're just taking leaps and bounds. They're higher than the Taurians. When rocket technology begins to take off, the race for space dominance is among the emerging superpowers of Gilly's Sea. The threat of car extinction looms ever heavier on the horizon as they delve into the secrets of the atom. Meanwhile, in suburbia, the masses are unsure whether to be frightened or excited about the social upheaval about to shake their notions of sexuality, drug use, and civil rights. Also, rock and roll could become a thing. I still love that. Also, rock and roll could become a thing. It's like, that's what every society's got, is just rock and roll. That's it. I think we're going to have to take advancement here unless we wanted to go for a hit in order to gain power. I mean, yeah, I think we might do that. Heading further down the warpath, the car can expect to see assault rifles, jet fighters, and napalm, not to mention the mother of all bombs. Yeah, that one. Let's go for power. Gain the synthesis back. They maintain populous residential areas with large-scale energy production methods. Nuclear age technology allows them to extract radioactive materials and fossil fuels. Question mark. Okay, I think they establish a new residential area. That's a good thing. Let's gain some deposits there. They restore a land region on Gilly's Sea. Alright, how is the Scholar Commonwealth doing? How is Tau Ceti doing? Plastic plants. Okay. The masked clones of Rama develop new plants that produce natural polymer capable of replacing the synthetic materials used in the Tau Ceti system. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. Alright. Let's get into this. Plastics. It's the future. So we can go for civilization pillar. Spending synthesis. Plastic plants thrive in the environmentally degraded nuclear wastelands of Tau Ceti 3 and create a completely new, fascinating ecosystem. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna spend the synthesis here. I'm gonna hope that helps them. They're known for the lush polymer forests that adorn large areas of the nuclear wastelands. Although these plants were originally cultivated for their polymer, their aesthetic qualities turned out to be just as important in rebuilding and rebranding the nuclear wastelands of the future. Cool. The Rama mourned the death of a beloved scholar clone. Alright, let's try and get them past the light speed age here. In a state-of-the-art research city on Tau Ceti 3, the Rama discovered new scientific insights. And here we are. The Rama Scholar Commonwealth have reached the Singularity Age. Alright. So now we have at least one society since we've lost one. We've lost one and we've gained one. I think we're probably going to have to go for advancement. Unless we choose power. I think we could probably take the hit. The adaptive robotic soldiers upgrade themselves after every conflict, soon evolving the most deadly fighting force ever created by the Rama. So we're creating Terminators. Got it. The Rama can now build large orbital habitats, monitored and maintained by artificial superintelligences. Singularity Age technology enables the Rama to transform waste materials found throughout the Tau Ceti system into valuable resources. The ethics systemizers of the Tau Ceti system convince the Rama to demilitarize. Awesome. Awesome. So the humans' last call might eventually reach the Taurian nations here. How are they doing? Let's lower their potential casualties here. The fanatic sociologists, that's how you pronounce that word. The fanatic sociologists of the Tabby Star colony inspire the Taurians to live peacefully. Question mark. Okay, resources are going down. Our colonial scientists are lying to us. Great. So that's them. Oh, they've reached a new age, right? No. Enlightenment. That's different. The Taurian nations want to reform the way they provide for the people. Systematic inequity needs to be changed because the effect of the theocratic militarism is a heavy burden for the underprivileged inhabitants of Tabi Prime to bear. Will the cult leaders of the day bring real change or only empty words? Freedom only for the members of the government, only for the members of the party. though they are quite numerous, is no freedom at all. Freedom is always the freedom of dissenters. Alright. I think we could probably take the civilization pillar here. I don't know, that's a lot to put, and that's just Utopia. Well, Utopia is good. If it was like tech, I would probably go for it, but I think I'm going to go for regular and take and keep my synthesis for something more important, like a society dying off. Much needed reforms are implemented by Taurian cult leaders, but the unprivileged and outcast still struggle. Okay, tech. In a state-of-the-art colonial laboratory in Tabby Prime, the Taurians achieve new scientific insights. The Taurians enjoy an enchanting new style of music albums. Rock and roll? Or is it plant music for people? Someday we'll receive a signal from our companions in the Tau Ceti. Let's see here. Let's go for a question mark. The Taurians are known to be real homebodies. They tend to avoid traveling as they find it cumbersome and unnecessary and believe that they have everything they need close by. Their impassive life has had a positive effect on the natural environment of Tabby Prime, but has also resulted in ignorance toward other industrial areas. Interesting. The followers of the Tabby star system create radio shows in tribute to their new home. Let's see, question mark. Civilization collapses, reduces the Taurian population in the Tabby star system. Is it possible that there are other planets like our own, orbiting distant stars? Let's see here. Let's take the regular synthesis. Alright, scientific factions. How are we doing here? Consumption in Sirius. That's a really cool pic. I haven't seen this one yet. It's like the orbital thing that they were trying to build, but it doesn't look like it was completed. Asteroid Tax Haven. Low tax rates and loose regulation on an asteroid near Dog Star spawn off-planet Tax Haven. As word spreads about this profitable opportunity, wealthy individuals and businessmen rush in to set up their investments, and the asteroid belt is filled with traveler spacecrafts. A secretive financial service industry develops alongside increased fuel consumption and pollution. All is fair in love, war, and tax evasion. Okay, so massive consumption would gain us some, but it would severely reduce our amount of resources here. Excited by the promises of financial gain, the mega travelers do nothing to prevent the tax haven from developing. Traveler spacecrafts flock to the asteroid belt to establish and maintain off-planet investments. I think we're going to go for that and gain the synthesis. Let's see here. Let's lower the amount of them. Freak accident in the Sirius system destroys an entire corporate base. Yikes. A new colonial laboratory is constructed to uncover more secrets in the Sirius system. Let's see if we can get them past the solar age here. That's our goal. Does our home in Tau Ceti still exist? Yes, it does, but I can't tell you that. Utopia. The traveler colonists develop new diagrams for their buildings and tools. The social engineers of the Sirius research branch inspire the mega travelers to live peacefully. The traveler colonists build an astonishing monument on Dog Star. Alright. How are the car doing? I miss these individuals. Gillies is building spaceships. Nuclear arc. Fearing nuclear confrontation between hostile factions on Gillies Sea, the car construct a spaceship prototype to send their best and brightest to the stars. The preservation of the species may depend on the crew of the arc ship. Okay. So this is what happened on Tau Ceti. They were in the nuclear age, and they were able to send them off, but we might... I don't know. One arc ship is completed with the crew, and the crew begins a centuries-long flight towards the TRAPPIST system, with those on board hoping for a better and safer future. Signs of an immediate nuclear conflict trigger multiple arc projects. A race between the factions to build the biggest arc ships commences. They travel as a fleet and move toward the TRAPPIST system. Do I want to spend that much on that? I don't think so. I think we're going to go for the one. We're going to save the synthesis. And there they go. Oh, look at this! Look at their spacesuits! They look, oh gosh, what were those creatures called? They look like the creatures in XCOM 2 that just float in their suspended goo systems, and they've got a robotic outer shell. It's so funny. But they look so cool. Look at them. Look at them. They got like metal on their wings and everything. The Car Arc ship begins its journey from Gillies to the TRAPPIST system. ? An influential rocket scientist manipulates the Car Arc ship relay computers to advance their reputation among the crew. Interesting. Let's lower the potential casualties here. Armed astronauts on the Car Arc ship are reassigned to non-military positions among the crew. A new Car Arc ship captain is appointed. And they're doing okay. Fearing a direct nuclear confrontation, they leave Gilly C. What discoveries await us in the TRAPPIST system? Car Arc ship relay computer systems compile fascinating new data. Alright, what's their developmental event here? My gosh. They literally went from being absolutely fine, they've set off, and now they're going to blow up. I don't get it. Microdebris impact. The Car Arc ship navigation instruments alert the crew to an obstacle. Arc ship is swathed in a vast cloud of pulverized space junk. The ship's unshielded thermal protection systems are highly vulnerable to microparticle damage, and the vessel will enter the cloud in a matter of moments. The data are consistent across the records of all sentient species, though all classes of spaceflight. More ships have been destroyed by microdebris than by every manufactured weapon system combined. Yeesh. So, what's our options here? We could have a close call, minimal survivors, or complete extinction. I think we're going to go for a close call. Microdebris perforates many areas of the Car Arc ship, but all vital systems remain intact and the crew survives. Alright. Let's see here. Resources. I mean, let's gather some more resources for them. The car logistics officers are optimizing the efficiency of the Car Arc ship. Will we reach our destination safely? Let's gain the utopia in there. The Car Arc ship crew assembles an oral history of their journey. Let's lower the amount of them. Members of the Car Arc ship crew are killed in a major chemical rocket engine accident. Increasing utopia is good. The interior of the Car Arc ship is completely redesigned by the crew. Armed astronauts of the Car Arc ship are reassigned to non-military positions among the crew. Dystopia is going up. Serious disputes arise between the Car Arc ship officers. Alright, how is the Scholar Shrouds doing? Whoa! This is a cool new image. Got a Star Destroyer up here. Some spaceships. The Rama Scholar crowds a great war threatens Tau Ceti. Advanced artificial intelligences are growing more involved in the political and economic decision-making in the Tau Ceti system. Some factions of the Rama Scholar Shrouds push for harder regulation of AI at all costs. Many Scholar Shrouds depend on the AI, so the situation escalates and will be solved on the interplanetary battlefield. During their existence, our creators ended the lifespan of many of their own prematurely. The biggest spike in this behavior came when a segment of their population tried to undo their greatest work, the creation of the artificial mind. This happened only once, since the lifespan of those chosen to fight on our side were the only ones not ended during this episode. Yikes. And we're probably not going to have enough to deal with this. Nope, of course not. I think we're probably going to go for regular conflict. We have a lot of, that's actually not a terrible amount of casualties. We've got low amount here. The major Scholar Shrouds of the Rama try to turn off the AI entities of their opponents and start a never-ending AI-driven war. The synthetic strategy systems produce constant battles all over the Tau Ceti system to break the military deadlock and send generations of AI commandos to their death. I mean, ultimately, that's not a huge hit, and we'll gain some synthesis from it. I think we're actually in a really good spot in the society to take a hit to that, and I think this giant AI war, it would be a cool mark on their history in the Tau study system. So I think we're gonna go for the Major Scholar Shroud's AI war. All right, and with that, I think we're going to take a pause here, folks. Thank you for joining me on this leg of the journey as the Car empires have now sent off their first starship, and the Rama have inhabited 2 planets, both with varying degrees of success, and have engaged in a giant AI war. As we said goodbye to the humans, hopefully, maybe, as these 2 societies continue, another species will rise. But we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this leg of our journey here. If you've been enjoying the series, I encourage you, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications of the next video when it comes out. I've got a lot of other videos on my channel as well of different games, so I hope you check out some of those. But as always, folks, I will see you in the next game.